Hi, this is TheraPet Fergus, and I'm here to read you a story today. The Adventures of Mr. Fuzzy Ears, Searching for a Furry Friend. Written and illustrated by Donna Carr Roberts. Mr. Fuzzy Ears lived with his human mom and dad, and he loved them very much. And they loved him too. But as happy as Mr. Fuzzy Ears was, he was still sad because he wanted a furry friend to play with. Even as a baby, he searched for a friend to play with. He asked the puppy in the mirror, but the puppy just stared back. So Mr. Fuzzy Ears began to search. He knew there was a mouse scurrying around in the cupboard, and Mr. Fuzzy Ears tried to find him. Mr. Fuzzy Ears said, "Hi, would you like to come play with me?" The mouse said, "Mr. Fuzzy Ears, I'd love to play with you, but I'm shy and won't leave my cupboard. Why don't you come in?" But when Mr. Fuzzy Ears tried to squeeze into Mr. Mouse's cupboard, he got stuck. "Help, Mom, I can't get out." So Mom came running and pulled out the cupboard drawer. "Woo, thanks, Mom," Mr. Fuzzy Ears said. "Thanks anyway, Mr. Mouse, but I think I need to look somewhere else." "Maybe I should look outside," thought Mr. Fuzzy Ears. He knew a family of chipmunks lived nearby, so he searched and found them in the hedge. "Would you come play with me?" he asked. But Mrs. Chipmunk said, "We are shy and won't leave our nest, and you're too big to play here, so go away." "I'm sorry," Mr. Fuzzy Ears said, and he sadly walked away. Then Mr. Fuzzy Ears saw Mr. Squirrel in a tree. "Would you come play with me?" he asked. But Mr. Squirrel just sniffed and dropped an acorn on Mr. Fuzzy Ears' head. "Ouch!" "Oops, sorry," said Mr. Squirrel. "Maybe you come play when you learn to climb my tree?" Mr. Fuzzy Ears said no thanks. His head hurt too much. That was not a very good day. Because so many of the animals were shy, Mr. Fuzzy Ears thought, "I'll just hide and try to catch whatever little critter passes by." But no one came by, and finally Mr. Fuzzy Ears decided to get help. Mr. Fuzzy Ears talked to his mom and dad about his search, and they knew exactly where to look. Of course, they went to the Humane Society. Mr. Fuzzy Ears said, "I remember this place. This is where Mom and Dad found me. They were so good to me and helped me find my forever home." The first friend Mr. Fuzzy Ears met was a striped cat named Preston. They sniffed noses and really liked each other. But Preston had just come to the Humane Society and was too sick to find his new home yet. Preston told Mr. Fuzzy Ears that his human couldn't afford Preston's medical care, so he was brought to the Humane Society. Mr. Fuzzy Ears didn't worry, though, because he knew Preston would be loved and cared for at the Humane Society, and that they would find him just the right home when it was time. Then Mr. Fuzzy Ears met Ray, a cute little fuzzy rat, swinging in her hammock. Ray's human had moved to a place that didn't allow animals, so her human brought Ray to the Humane Society. The good news was that Ray already had a family pick her and was waiting for her forever family to come take her home. This was a very good day. Mr. Fuzzy Ears spotted a fluffy little rabbit and asked about her story. Her name was Scamper. Someone had given Scamper to a child as an Easter present, but the child didn't know how to take care of a rabbit, so Scamper was brought to the Humane Society. Scamper hoped she would find a family who knows that having a pet is an important responsibility and be ready to love and take care of her. Then Mr. Fuzzy Ears saw a sad dog named Izzy. She was very unhappy, but when she saw Mr. Fuzzy Ears, she smiled and said, "Are you looking for a friend? Please take me home with you." Mr. Fuzzy Ears looked at Mom and Dad and they said, "Yes." Izzy said, "Thank you, but may I also bring a friend?" "The little girl dog next to me is Sophie, my best friend," said Izzy. "We both came from a place where lots of dogs were, where we all were kept in small cages and not allowed to play. Sophie is very shy but very sweet, and we would be so happy if both of us came to live with you, okay?" Mom and Dad said yes. Mr. Fuzzy Ears was delighted. This was a very, very good day. They all jumped into the car and headed to Mr. Fuzzy Ears' house. But on the way home, they saw a small furry creature trotting along the road. They stopped the car to see what it was. It was a very small puppy who said his name was Teddy, and he was lost. They put Teddy in the car and took him home to take care of him until he could find his family. The next day, Mom and Dad put up signs to try to find Teddy's family. They called their animal doctor to see if they knew anyone who had lost a puppy. They called the Humane Society to see if they knew of anyone looking for a lost puppy. But no one seemed to be looking for Teddy, so Teddy too came to live with Mr. Fuzzy Ears' family. After searching so long for a furry friend, Mr. Fuzzy Ears now had 3 friends to play with. Now every day is a very good day. Mr. Fuzzy Ears lives with the author and is a real dog. There's a picture of the family with Izzy Scamp, who's Mr. Fuzzy Ears, Teddy and Sophie, the author and her husband. Thank you for letting me read to you my story today.